one of Tottenham or Dortmund going through, and of course Dortmund losing at Wembley Stadium a couple of weeks ago. What a great position to be in a must-win game against the likes of Real Madrid. How did they do that today?
That man knows it all too well. I'll be very curious to see what kind of defensive posture he takes, because I don't think that is in his nature. I think one of the things about this fixture, as you said, we did all of us circled it, and that disappointing loss to Tottenham has put a damper on their campaign this year. Would have made it 2-2. So there's that component of it where they're disappointed with the performance, but they did give themselves a good account.
Well, they reduced the capacity. It's an all-seated crowd of about 65,000 welcoming out Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid right now.
Careful there. This is a moment where they're just trying to catch their breath, recognizing, all right, we don't want that to happen again. We'll talk about it at halftime, but slow it down for a bit.
A fair bit of caution in the opening 10 minutes, which you would sort of expect, knowing the stakes, knowing the matchup. Dortmund, who haven't lost at home in the Bundesliga since the spring of 2015, have lost just once in their last 12 group stage matches at the Westfalenstadion. Real Madrid have actually been excellent going away from home. 15 wins in their last 16 in all competitions. The exception was the second leg of the semi-final Atletico, and they won an aggregate. Ronaldo's onside, rolled across for Bale. Being on self is not something you always think about with Cristiano Ronaldo, and Lucas Piszczek is there to prevent the goal.
There's that high line again, and it's close, but still, it's so risky, and he is open. It's just a wonderful piece of defending from Piszczek to get back and poke it away. You're right, though. You don't see that of Ronaldo every day.
Toni Kroos to take the first corner of the night for either team. Dealt with easily enough. Casemiro in for Sergio Ramos, who stayed forward, but the flag came up even as Ronaldo put it over the bar.
Boy, that linesman's going to be a busy man tonight, especially with the way that this Dortmund side is elected to play, and it's about a half step off. Surprised not to see any of those arms go up. Here's that chance before. It's a cutback, and once Toprak goes down, and Toyon had to peel away from Ronaldo, I'm really surprised he didn't survey his options a little bit of it. That is a rush of blood to the head. You find yourself six yards out in a Champions League fixture, and you're the right back. No one can fault him for shooting.
It is interesting because the first 8 minutes or so we're talking about Dortmund, their high pressure, Real Madrid giving it away, and then it's about the 9-10 minute mark, two really good chances for Madrid to score.
And with the quality that they possess, you really are, running the risk of one pass away from a goal. And that's, with Isco, we're seeing him on the ball now, but if they continue to play this line, which is, in my opinion, a little bit too high, the speed factors in, and Ronaldo with a well-timed run, with Bale with a well-timed run, and even an overlap from Carl. It's one of those situations, John, where the risk-reward of it can get the better of you.
Isco's touch for Aubameyang, for Yarmolenko from Castro. Yarmolenko's got a couple different options. Too tall, cleared off the line by Ramos. That was Philippe as it went over Aubameyang's head.
And there's a look of confusion here as Yarmolenko makes his cross. A little bit too high for Aubameyang's liking, but still, this might be a handball. I think that's the shout. Sergio Ramos, get that out of here. I want to take another look at this, because as that's on its way in, that's clearly a handball.
Now there's no video review in the Champions League. They still use the additional assistant referees.
It's a handball, and listen, it's a decision that should be made. I mean, that not only, John, is that a handball and a penalty kick, it's a possible red card. So a lot going through Kuiper's mind right now.
Dennis Higler, we saw the additional assistant on that far side. They are center officials by trade. In at the near post, flicked along. Kotza trying to get in there. Off-balance shot was blocked by Sergio Ramos from Philippe, and Modric unable to escape. Piszczek cuts him off.
That's one of those replays that you probably shouldn't show to the crowd. The Wall, I think, has seen it and is unhappy with the decision. Because in my opinion, we should be surveying a penalty kick at this moment, not back to play.
organizing Dortmund after a good spell for Real Madrid. Deflected pass there that Varane is able to eat up. Casemiro.
One pass.
Turn and get away from Shaheen. Lost his footing. Out away for Ronaldo. It drags him wide. Bale's on the other side. Toyon. Back in for Isco. A loose touch, allowing Gonzalo Castro to take it away. Well, it's been eventful through the first quarter hour, which we were hoping for. And I'll look through some of the other games that are coming along right now. Ramos looking long for Carvajal. Dropping it down for Ronaldo.
It's a far better look out of this Dortmund side. On this end of the field, they'll be able to get numbers back, keep the ball in front of them.
That last score, the one that's relevant to this game, Apoel and Tottenham in Cyprus. Scoreless early on Fox Sports Networks. Götze from Castro, Aubameyang, Yarmolenko. On the line there, Rafael Varane knocked it away, made it a moot point. Gareth Bale. Sizing up Lucas Piszczek. Isco looping it in, looking for Ronaldo, able to get a knockdown on it, but only Socrates was there to clear. Nacho weaving his way past two Dortmund players. Isco once again. Piszczek the defender. Isco driving in, deflected shot. Shaheen got a foot in the way. Piszczek under pressure. Dortmund trying to pass their way out of it.
They have to throw their way out of it. You have to commend both managers. Both managers have come to play tonight. You know, but Bosch hasn't received a whole lot of criticism thus far because it's worked out to a certain extent. He's got to be a little bit more nervous tonight, and that man knows it. He knows he's got the speed option up top. It's just be patient and wait for it. Too much quality in this Madrid side.
Carvajal looking in for Bale. First time. What a hit! What a goal! Gareth Bale for Real Madrid.
This is just a flat out wow. How about the delivery? The check for the line. He's clearly onside. No messing around. First time finish. Nothing Berkey can say about that. This is the best angle of it because it just shows the technique and the talent in this man. Just keeps his head. Doesn't try to hit it too hard. Lets the ball do the work. Wow, what a goal. That's what he was hoping for.
Well, he ended last season struggling with injury, was able to return as a sub in the Champions League final. There were many in Madrid who were more than happy to see Bale leave. They liked Isco in the team. Third goal, all competitions to begin this season for Gareth Bale. And a reminder of why they paid about $100 million for him 4 years ago from Tottenham Hotspur. Now, how do Dortmund recover in a game, as we said, particularly if Tottenham are going to win at Apoel? They really cannot afford to give away, and it would be quite a hole they've dug themselves in this group after just 2 match days. Cross for Aubameyang was set away.
As they try to build out, you can see that line is only 5 yards deep from the halfway line. You know, there's an element of respect and confidence but you've got to get pressure on the ball. Like now, if you don't, they'll run you.
Carvajal once again. Ronaldo cycling out wide. And the cross in, a little too tall for Bale, who was knocked off balance there by Socrates. Philippe couldn't connect with Castro.
just trying to take the air out of the ball for the time being, and wisely so. I mean, to start the game this way, to take the 1-0 lead, Madrid can now control the tempo, make Dortmund move a little bit, side to side. It's okay if you don't get in every time.
Bale for Nacho. It's Isco at the top of the box. It's deflected in behind for a corner. Second of the game for Real Madrid.
Feroz will make his way out. His first corner, not the best. That's someone that the national team manager will be keeping an eye on tonight.
Jogi Löw preparing to take Germany to the World Cup in Russia in June. Live here on Fox Sports, and a number of the players on the field tonight you can expect to see there, including Toni Kroos, as it's into the hands of Roman Bürki.
Well, he just
looking to go quick. Philippe took the touch backwards on Carvajal. Aubameyang on the other side trying to hold himself onside on Nacho. And in the end, Carvajal able to sweep it back for Navas.
And you look at the commitment from Yarmolenko coming in late. Aubameyang has really let himself down there because of the numbers and that quick turn. And Max Philippe has had 4 goals in his last 3 Bundesliga matches. That's the reason why we're not seeing Christian Pulisic tonight, because of his form. One would think that we would see the young American tonight, though, for sure. Whether that be the 60th minute, somewhere around there. It depends on how this game finishes at the half, what the score line is, but I do think we'll see Christian Pulisic tonight.
As you heard Adam Hunt in the pregame, the only game of the group stage last year that Pulisic didn't start was actually the home game with Real Madrid. Came on as a sub for Ousmane Dembele in the 73rd minute, and in the 87th had the assist to Andre Schürrle for a 2-2 draw on the night for Dortmund.
And that's just one of those things as a young player. At that time he was 18, and now at the age of 19, sometimes a manager will select a player with a little bit more pedigree, and tonight that is the likes of Yarmolenko, but he's still a wonderful option as a sub, and he proved that last time.
Shaheen was meant for Yarmolenko. He was going to be offside. Assistant just waiting to raise his flag until it became necessary. So the midway point of the first half, possession is dead even. We've seen some swings of momentum. Gareth Bale in the 18th minute. Just a wonderful volley off of Carvajal's cross. 2 other great chances to score early for Real Madrid. Let's not forget that clearance off the line by Sergio Ramos, and our Dr. Joe Macknick, FIFA match commissioner and rules expert, telling us in looking at it that should have been a handball, should have been a penalty, should have been a red card. So a key moment early in this match.
And as you had mentioned, in the Bundesliga, we've seen this already in a young season. Plenty of penalty kicks called back. They were reversed. The decision was reversed. Some of them had to go to the VAR, and it was determined that it was a penalty. So if this was a Bundesliga game, the scoreline would be very different. Well, that's assuming that they would convert. But still, to Dr. Joe Macknick's point, Madrid should be playing with 10.
Too far for Shaheen, and now Modric running the other way. It's Ronaldo to his left. Bale, his former Tottenham teammate, running in front of him. Bale now taking a touch, narrowing the angle. Bürki, his second save.
Well, we saw that with Tottenham. Harry Kane taking full advantage of that near post. That's better from Bürki, who let 2 skim by that right shoulder in a 3-1 loss. But again, John, I think the real theme of this game is Dortmund electing to have such a high line and to deal, and not dealing very well with the pace of Bale and Ronaldo. It is a risky game they are playing. Because now, as Dortmund has the ball, the reality is Bale and Ronaldo are going to walk and rest and wait. Because if there is a turnover, they're off to the races.
Taking the space, able to get a cross away again, awkward off of Carvajal. Second attempt to cross, blocked by Varane. Going on another touch, Casemiro able to knock it down for Modric. Able to find Toni Kroos in the outlet for Isco. Sergio Ramos, as we do see from time to time, the center back making an outlet run forward. Carvajal with Ronaldo to his right. On his 400th appearance at all competitions for Real Madrid tonight, Cristiano Ronaldo, since August 29, 2009. Scored a penalty goal against Deportivo La Coruña, part of 9 goals in his first 7 games for Real Madrid, before an ankle injury playing for Portugal in October kept him out for a little more than a month. $123 million they paid for him at the time was a record. In nominal terms has been beaten a couple times, including by Gareth Bale and Paul Pogba, but adjusting for inflation, it was actually still the most expensive transfer until Neymar blew it out of the water this summer.
Adjusting to inflation. I like that saying.
I was an economics minor. Here's the Carvajal one here.
Yeah, and again, this is, I actually think Kuipers might have been blocked from getting a clear view of that one. That one, the arm is close. It's tucked into the body, so you really can't fault him there. Going back to that Sergio Ramos handball, though, it really was a game changer.
Cruz right in front of Kuipers, getting warned for simulation there. Socrates was arguing the point. Yarmolenko cut in from the right to score that wonderful goal at Wembley on match day 1. Cut off from doing so there. Gets it back from Piszczek. Longtime Dynamo Kiev player, reigning 3-time MVP of the Ukraine Premier League.
Boy, they've overloaded that side. There's 5 bodies. They're making sure that Yarmolenko doesn't really have a whole lot of space. Not sure if that's by design, but they certainly are paying attention to Yarmolenko when he is on the ball. They don't give him a whole lot of time, and certainly haven't given him an angle to make a pass yet. It's another one of those catch your breath moments.
Hasn't been on the ball much so far. Able to find Götze. Now Toyon. Behind Aubameyang, given away, although one immediately back. Philippe trying to weave his way through. And that's going to be a foul.
Wow.
By Mario Götze.
Not much there. They're more disappointed that the play didn't work out, but the Kuipers is letting the captain know that, come on, let's not try to fool me.
10 minutes ago, this was the second attempt, rather, from Bale that was saved. 10 minutes since his goal.
Still a little bit of room on that near post. Surprising. Looks like Berkey still hasn't learned his lesson.
We're still having a running discussion with Bjorn Kuipers, our referee. It's going to be a yellow card to Gareth Bale, challenging Socrates in the air. See Socrates there saying he had his elbow up. It's a point of emphasis for referees over the last couple of seasons. Let's take a look.
It's not a whole lot there, and I think one of the things that Socrates is in my book is although he's perceived as this big, strong defender, boy, nobody goes down easier than this guy. I would actually fault him for the one game against Freiburg that Dortmund should have won. If it weren't for his antics, they would have got a goal. The referee was forced to call the play back, had already blown the whistle, but the end of the play resulted in a goal for Dortmund. But because he simulated and did get the foul, his team lost the goal. So it's one of the components of the game that I'd really like to see completely out of the game. Simulation is something that gives some of these players who are clearly talented really a bad look and a bad name.
Philippe able to find Götze. Now space for Aubameyang, cutting back on Sergio Ramos. Ramos able to recover his position and block the shot.
He had him turned. Man, one of those situations, if you can ever get a defender to turn your back on you, you've got him. And I think it was Aubameyang just went a little too quick back to the left.
There's a reason Ramos has been, for the last 6 years, on the world's best 11.
There's so many players, John, that will constantly say that. that he's the best defender on the planet. There's nobody even close. But he has turned his back, and he still is managing to get his feet right, doesn't lose concentration, keeps himself in a blocking position. It was a learning process, though. If you go back and watch old video of Ronaldinho, those were not good days for Sergio Ramos. But let's face it, Ronaldinho didn't make it easy on anybody.
I was just going to say that, actually. It'd be a learning experience for anyone dealing with him. You see Spartak have taken the lead, as have Sevilla. The other games going on here on match day 2 of the Champions League group stage.
Napoli. Boy, they need a win. I don't expect Monaco and Porto to stay scoreless much longer.
That's the half-hour mark at the Westfalenstadion. Gareth Bale in the 18th minute, the difference maker. It's the other game in this group, Apoel and Tottenham. Real Madrid beating Apoel 3-0 on match day 1. Tottenham beating Dortmund 3-1 on a pair of Harry Kane goals. It's actually 4 straight years that Dortmund have been able to get into the knockout stage of the Champions League. That home game in a couple of weeks with Spurs is going to be crucial to their efforts to make it 5. Here's Philippe trying to get around Carvajal on the outside. Carvajal just doing enough there. Riding him to the byline. It's out for a goal kick.
Good matchup between those two. I do think Philippe, if he could just... That's good defending. It's great defending. You see the arms going from the fans, but Kuipers has seen plenty of that. He's already had several conversations with players about just that. Yeah, let's stop talking back to me, get on with the game. I do like the way he manages the game.
Cruz handing off for Bale. Ronaldo and Isco have made their way into the middle. Sent in deep looking for Isco, and Roman Burki acrobatically there to get it.
Immediate press.
Socrates just got away with it. And Aubameyang able to control. Fans appreciating that from Yarmolenko. Socrates muscled off it though by Cruz. Casemiro cut off. Shaheen surveying his options, angles it in for Götze. Aubameyang trying to hold himself onside. Carvajal recovered at the last minute. And Yarmolenko lets it go for a corner.
Aubameyang just let himself down with that first touch. Great little pass from Shaheen. Good vision from Götze. If he puts that anywhere to the right of him, he's got a shot on goal. But again, good recovery defending. New look for Aubameyang. I like the haircut.
Once again, it is Andrei Yarmolenko, $30 million transfer from Dynamo Kiev to swing in the corner. Piszczek was closest to it. It was Ronaldo heading it away. Toyon just looping it back in, trying to cause some chaos, and Kevin Abbas easy enough.
And if you look, no options for Carvajal as he pushed forward. Doing the right thing, recirculate the ball and try and find the open man.
Isco now. Putting it in for Ronaldo. Almost found space between the center backs. Toprak able to head it away. Astro sweeps it along for Yarmolenko. Aubameyang's in front of him. Casemiro there to cut him off.
Yarmolenko is clever, but he's not going to outrun you. I think that matchup is when they're able to get him in one-on-one situations where he can touch it to pieces. They've always sent some extra numbers over there to make it difficult for him. In the running races, he's not going to win a lot of them.
He's an interesting player. 9 seasons at Dynamo Kiev. He's not like a diamond in the rough. He's a well-known player. Only Andrei Shevchenko of more goals scored for the Ukraine national team. Mentioned the last 3 MVP awards in the Ukraine Premier League, and yet It wasn't until this summer at the age of 27 that he left Ukraine. And now at Dortmund, Philippe flipping it in too far for Götze.
What's the situation?
And Götze's been quiet. A couple of passes here and there, and as is Philippe. Trying to work it out on the bench there. Kagawa having a say.
Pulisic, you see in the middle, when the players came out well before the game and were just sort of walking around in their sweatpants, everyone was sort of smiling and laughing and joking, except for Christian Pulisic. Did not seem thrilled that he was missing out on this opportunity. Was the first player to actually wheel around and head back into the dressing room.
Oh, it's such a disappointment, though, John. I mean, it's one of the fixtures, as you said, as we started this game, we all circled this fixture. We couldn't wait for it, and mainly because of his inclusion.
Piszczek's header for Yarmolenko, able to hold off Kroos and Sergio Ramos. Piszczek once more. Dortmund filtering numbers forward. Shot from distance. It's going to be up into the netting behind the goal from Nuri Sahin.
Yeah, he knows it. Not the best option. Plenty to talk about at halftime for that man.
And as you said, it's not something that would damage that relationship.
As Royce has enjoyed this fixture in the past.
When we sat down with Christian Pulisic actually in June for the World Cup qualifier in Denver, he sort of took offense to the notion that Thomas Tuchel's firing was a bad thing for him, and he was deeply upset by it, as had been claimed in the German media. And he told us how excited he was for Peter Bosz, had seen how good he is with young players. Offside flag up on Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's always a difficult situation. You lose a manager, there's an immediate attachment that the media and maybe the fans can make. A lot of assumptions there. I think it won't matter for Christian. I think his not being in the starting lineup tonight, it is a disappointment for him, and I think that's an amazing part of this. If you think about it, this is a 19-year-old kid who expects to start in a Champions League fixture against Real Madrid. That's what you want out of young players. You want them to the fact that he wants to play every single game.
And the fact that it's a surprise that he's not.
And I think that I'm not saying it's the unwise choice, but he will have his inclusion tonight. He'll make the most of it.
And by Carvajal. And Dortmund get this back here before the break. Piszczek urged to shoot, rolled in for Aubameyang! Off the outside of the post. It was offside anyway. The flag was up.
I like it, though. Piszczek winds up to shoot, but he's really looking for that option, and that's just a clever little ball. That's about as close as you're going to get. What's offside? His left hand? He missed anyway. It's better from Dortmund, though. Nervous look. Oh, boy, I hope I got that right. The fans are letting him know.
Great control by Yarmolenko into the space for Aubameyang. Philippe is making a run in the middle. There was contact there off the ball. You heard the fans shouting. It's been spotted by Bjorn Kuipers. Free kick for Dortmund. And a yellow card coming out to Carvajal.
Usually when there's that kind of a reaction from both sides, they probably just got tangled up. Let's see how much malice was involved with this. Once he realized, I mean, we talked about that running race. Yeah, that's a defender willing to basically take the foul because he knows he's not going to win that race.
So Carvajal and Bale each shown yellow cards in this first half for Madrid.
And that's good news not only for Dortmund and specifically to Philippe, but at some point, if we do see Christian Pulisic, he's going at a right back that's sitting on a yellow.
And it's back to where the contact started, about 5 yards further upfield from where Philippe ended up.
Yellow card's coming out again.
Time-wasting yellow card to Modric.
Sergio Ramos has got to be careful here, too. Keep in mind that Kuipers is going to go in at halftime and want to review what exactly happened on that chance and come to the realization that Sergio Ramos shouldn't even be out here. Everybody chiming in. But to their defense, that's how you do it. as a team, if you're going to defend your teammate for a yellow card that you don't think is necessary, everybody's got to get in there. Because Kuipers can't yellow card everybody.
Castro, Aubameyang, and Shaheen, one-time Real Madrid player, standing over it. Keylor Navas getting himself set. It's Aubameyang. It's off the wall, and it will be a throw down in the corner.
Aubameyang's had a few of these this year. Look, he was going to give somebody a yellow. He had made up his mind. It's just a matter of time there. I haven't seen a lot of halftime subs out of Bosch, but I do think that this might be the kind of occasion where he might think about it. It could be Götze. It could be Philippe.
Yarmolenko skipping away from Nacho. Yarmolenko outside of the foot, wins a corner as Ramos sends it in behind.
And that's better from Yarmolenko. He knows that he has to be a little bit more creative. They're going to throw a couple numbers at him. He's not going to be able to just glide by people. He's going to have to come up with something special. I was just about to mention you. He is so difficult to deal with on set pieces.
Third corner of the game for Dortmund. Yarmolenko couldn't find Piszczek. Overhead attempt there from Philippe goes nowhere.
Now he's got to pass that back to Yarmolenko and hit the reset button. Apologize all you want, but this team needs to be making better decisions in the final third.
Came backwards there, allowed Bale to get on it. The return from Isco. And now Bale's cross takes a deflection up in the air, sent backwards, and Berkey up to get it. Now Berkey trying to start Dortmund the other way. Pastor able to get through.
He needs help. He's going to have to come back around. Fans still in full voice.
Yarmolenko just flipping it across for Götze. Toljan on the overlap. Toljan crossing in. Too tall for Aubameyang. Ramos able to head it away. Isco helps it along, and Socrates gets the reset button back to Berkey. Coming up in the half. Ian Warren and Jovan will take you through the highlights of the other 7 games going on here on match day 2, including Liverpool and Moscow, Tottenham and Cyprus.
I always love watching Dortmund play with Jovan on the edge of his seat at all times.
Yarmolenko intercepted by Sergio Ramos. At least got the first touch there. Aubameyang able to recover it. Aubameyang's cross intercepted by Casemiro. Bale trying to flick it into space, and a hesitation the last minute by Toprak, allowing Cruz to get on it. Now Ronaldo the other way. Toljan the defender. Ronaldo sizing it up. Ronaldo cutting in. Blocked by Toprak. Dortmund survived what could have been a very bad moment for them. Castro the other way. Trying to go backdoor, and Yarmolenko just didn't have the legs there to catch up to it.
That was the experience of Sergio Ramos. He was camped out in that spot, understanding the spacing. We've mentioned before, Yarmolenko's not going to win a lot of races. The pass needs to be perfect. Still, the captain in his positional sense makes it so difficult to break him down at times.
Real Madrid back on the hunt. Cristiano Ronaldo back on the ball. Toprak once again backpedaling. Ronaldo pulled it wide.
Well, I've seen the last couple of occasions down the field. You have that feeling that there's going to be a little bit more selfishness from Ronaldo. Great little interchange here. That little stall, Toprak just keeping his feet. Yeah, you're not going to call a handball there. It's frustration starting to show in that man. Would love to have had a goal.
Mentioned it's his 400th game for Real Madrid, all competitions. 409 goals coming in.
It's just staggering. It's remarkable.
Presumably, in a couple of weeks, another World Player of the Year award as Casemiro is fouled. And we'll see how much stoppage time Bjorn Kuipers is going to give us here at the end of the first half. Gareth Bale's volley in the 18th minute. Controversy on the Ramos potential handball. Roman Berkey and Lucas Piszczek saving goals on the other end. 1 minute stoppage time to come. Toni Kroos, one last chance in it. Early ball sent behind by Socrates. It was Nacho who came forward. Third corner of the half for Real Madrid.
It's really one last chance. A horrible time to concede. Kroos has been good, though. I think they attack that near post. They wait for the big bodies to get up there. If they can clear that space and the delivery is there.
Kroos to the back post. Ramos wide open. We've seen him score so many times with his head, including twice in Champions League finals. Another great opportunity for 2-0 misses.
A couple of defensive errors in there.
Nacho taking that away as Yarmolenko was trying to run with it. We'll see if Kuipers gives Real Madrid enough time to build an attack out of this. Or how about Dortmund the other way?
One last chance.
Aubameyang. They're on the defender. Götze. Chased out of there by Carvajal. Bjorn Kuipers has seen enough. Gareth Bale, the difference maker. A lot of action on either end. A lot for our guys to digest coming up after the break. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. It's Real Madrid 1, Borussia Dortmund 0.
This match is brought to you by Heineken, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
PSG battle Bayern Munich. The second as PSG battle Bayern Munich. The second half from Dortmund is next. As PSG battle Bayern Munich. The second half from Dortmund.
His new 2018 Ford F-150 has Bliss with trailer coverage. It's
book as PSG battle Bayern Munich. The second half from Dortmund is next.
Ford F-150 has Bliss with trailer coverage. It's Brainiac smart. Not only does it watch your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. One less thing to spoil the weekend. No, it can't make the fish bite, but maybe they'll work on it. Your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. One less thing to spoil the weekend. No, it can't make the fish bite, but maybe they'll work on that. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
What is different? It comes from...
Ramos ist beim Konter dabei. Bale. Und Ramos bleibt dabei. Ronaldo steht in der Luft am zweiten Pfosten. Modric. Überragend. Bale, Ronaldo, was für ein Tor. 0-2. Wie am Reißbrett entworfen. Initiator ist Toni Kroos. Ein Zuspiel, scharf, flach. Und dann geht's so einfach. Hier, kurz der Blick, Zuspiel, Deutlichkeit abseits. Bale, Sokrates trabt nebenher. Toljan ist hinter Ronaldo. Und wenn das Zuspiel so kommt, dann sind die Dortmunder chancenlos. Vorher müssen sie es verhindern. Und vorher können sie es verhindern. Kein Druck auf Groß in der Situation, der einen Superball spielt. So geht großer Fußball. Drittes Tor im laufenden Wettbewerb. Das ist heute sein 150. Europacup-Spiel. Darin eingepreist 142 Champions League-Spiele. 108 Tore stehen mittlerweile zu buchen. Rekordtorschütze in diesem Wettbewerb. Ronaldo. Groß. In idealtypischer Rolle, der Metronom des Spiels von Real Madrid. Er verhindert und er initiiert. Fehlpässe hat er sich abgewöhnt. Modric. Isco. Toprak. Schon mal mit der offenen Sohle gesägt. Schwarze Piste heute für Dortmunds Defensive. Castro. Ist gut! Und Dortmund ist zurück im Geschäft. Aubameyang 1:2. Castro ist so frei und das ist sehr gut gemacht. Aubameyang schiebt sich vor Ramos. Castro kriegt ein bisschen Zeit und liefert Maßarbeit. Und Aubameyang schiebt sich mit der Fußspitze vor Ramos. Carvajal. Bale. Piszczek dazwischen. Ganz wichtiger Treffer für Schwarz-Gelb. Weil in einer Phase, als das 0:2 Wirkung zu zeigen drohte. Publikum ist wieder da. Und der Glaube kehrt zurück. Ein weicher, aber ein elementarer Parameter. Isco. Schein und umschalten. Wieder Aubameyang in der Vorwärtsbewegung. Modric, Groß. Ronaldo löffelt ihn rein. Sokrates vor Bale. Und Real weit aufgerückt. Dortmund kann mal kontern. Aubameyang steht vorne abseits, jetzt nicht mehr. Jarmolenko. Er musste ein bisschen warten, weil es war nur Aubameyang vorne und der stand 3-4 Meter im Abseits. Götze. Heuan. Und Navas. Die Bestia Negra Maria ist noch da. Kameral, Bale, kein Abseits, Ronaldo winkt. Koljan löscht. So serviert. Casemiro. Ramos. Nacho. Isco. Real Madrid interessiert sich vehement für Ballbesitz. Ronaldo. Groß. Pitching vor Ronaldo. Sitzt einen freundschaftlichen Hinterkopf-Tätschler. Schnell ausgeführt, Groß. Isco. Und Offensivfoul gegen Ramos gepfiffen. Bosch wird das Mittelfeld ein bisschen umstellen. Michael und Dahoud stehen draußen bereit. Oh. Jarmolenko! Sieht, dass er die Dinger kann. Hat er in Wembley bewiesen. So, Weigl kommt für Schein. Und Hut für Toljan. Das wird interessant. Bosch baut hinten eine Dreierkette mit Piszczek, mit Sokrates, mit Toprak. Mittelfeld wird dadurch etwas kompakter, also zumindest ist das die Hoffnung. Und von wegen Bosch kann nur 4-3-3 spielen. Wobei man auch sagen muss, also Peter Bosch hat diese Mannschaft aus taktischer Sicht Scheckheft gepflegt übernommen von Tuchel. Gegen den Ball mit 5. Götze. Ja, Molenko. Gutes Zuspiel, Castro. Vergisst den Ball. Und Modric war mit durchgelaufen. Das Spiel hier entwickelt sich zunehmend zu einem offenen Schlagabtausch. Ramos vor Aubameyang. Casemiro. Das ist auch zumindest bemerkenswert. Der kleine Götze gegen diesen Kleiderschrank Casemiro. Weigl führt sich ein. My first ball, sagt er in Richtung Kuipers. Ja, das war ein Statement. Erste Amtshandlung, Weltfußballer abgesägt. Zu weit weg für direkt, deshalb groß und nicht Ronaldo. Castro. Er ist gut. Er ist sogar sehr gut. Aubameyang hat die Fahrt. Casemiro dazwischen. Götze. Der Ball bleibt im Spiel. Nacho und Ramos. Und Weigl. Und Dahoud. Und Götze. Kein Foul von Nacho. Kein Elfmeter. Nochmal der Hut. Toprak. Castro findet die Lücke. Philipp. Mit dieser Umstellung scheint Borussia Dortmund die Kontrolle über das Spiel zurückzugewinnen. Kriegen mehr Ruhe ins eigene Spiel. Casemiro. Ja, auch von der Veranlagung her keiner, der am Wochenende vor der Gemeinde das Friedensgebet spricht. Guter Ball. Guter Ball! Aufs Netz. Götze brillant. So war er, Mario Götze, in seiner stärksten Phase. Fußspitze von Aubameyang. In großer Leichtigkeit durchs offensive Mittelfeld. Und dann solche punktgenauen Zuspiele von höchster Kreativität abgesetzt. Er ist auf dem Weg zurück, Mario Götze. Aber man muss dazu sagen, Peter Bosz, ein bekennender Cruyff-Jünger, also das bedeutet großes Vertrauen in die eigene Taktik, aber eben auch größtmögliche Wertschätzung für individuelle Fähigkeiten. Und er hat Götze vom Start weg das Vertrauen ausgesprochen. Jarmolenko. Philipp. Klasse Ballannahme. So, hier nochmal. Sokrates spielt den Ball. Und dann fällt Bale sehr spät und sehr auffällig. Und sehr theatralisch. Also richtige Entscheidung von Kuipers. Hoch. Weigel. Varane und Ramos. Ronaldo. Casemiro. Modric. Casemiro, Groß. Isco. Ronaldo, Carvajal. Carvajal bissig im Zweikampf. Casemiro. Ramos. Stark Isco. In dem Fall war die Dreier- respektive Fünferkette lückenhaft. Das ist klar, gerade die Außenstürmer Philipp und Jarmolenko müssen jetzt jede Menge investieren und die Wege zurück mitmachen. Modric. Und Real hat eben das erkannt und so wird Modric häufiger auf rechts außen zitiert. Casemiro, rumpelig. Oh, Neuaufbau über Toprak. Morgen übrigens geht's weiter. Zweiter Spieltag UEFA Champions League ab 19 Uhr. Unter anderem mit Paris Saint-Germain gegen die Bayern. Aber auch alle anderen Spiele. Kürze. Idee zu exklusiv von Modaoud. Modaoud in den letzten 2 Jahren mit Borussia Mönchengladbach jeweils in der Gruppe gescheitert. Ein Punkt heute, wir haben eingangs drüber geredet, wäre wichtig. Modric. Türk ist da. Tottenham führt in Nicosia standesgemäß mit 3:0. Also die beiden Spiele in und gegen Nicosia wird Dortmund ohnehin gewinnen müssen. Es geht um den direkten Dreiervergleich, wenn wir über die 2 Achtelfinalisten in dieser Gruppe H reden. Pulisic kriegt die letzten taktischen Beipackzettel an die Hand. Nochmal frisches Tempo. Casemiro, Modric, Casemiro, Carvajal. So, jetzt kein Außenverteidiger da. Sokrates wird rausgezogen. Toprak. Philipp. Und Ramos. Auch Real wird wechseln. Asensio steht unten. Casemiro gegen alle. Isco. Kein Außenverteidiger, auch auf der rechten Seite. Isco. Und wirklich klasse. So, er wartet, bis Piszczek den Schritt macht, weil er ihn machen muss. Und dann durch die Beine. Bürki hat das kurze Eck heute im Griff. So, Asensio kommt. Isco geht. Hochspannender Spieler, 21 Jahre jung, kam 2015 für 3,5 Millionen aus Mallorca. 3,5 Millionen. Pulisic für Götze. Dass 3,5 Millionen in dem Marktsegment überhaupt noch möglich sind. Schlückchen. Castro. Bell im eigenen 16er, dann Asensio. Und Kroos. Jetzt von Pulisic bedrängt. Befreit sich und spielt einen klaren Ball. Das ist grandios. Ramos, Bale, wichtig, Dahoud. ,5 Minuten. Jarmolenko. Dahoud. Auch letztes Jahr beim 2:2 fiel der Ausgleich spät. 87. Minute. André Schürrle damals. Da ist hier fast das Dach weggeflogen. Rempler von Dahoud gegen Asensio. Asensio, das ist übrigens ganz spannend, hat eine festgeschriebene Ablöse von 350 Millionen Euro. Und die versucht Real Madrid jetzt im Rahmen einer vorzeitigen Vertragsverlängerung zu erweitern auf eine halbe Milliarde. Ja, klar, seit Neymar weiß man, die Einschläge kommen näher. Ronaldo, aus. 1:3, 79. Minute. Und er trifft und trifft und trifft. Abseits überprüfen. Vom Gefühl her nicht. Nicht nach gleicher Höhe. Kein Vorwurf an den Assistenten. Und mit Schmackes. Modric. Kurze Ecke. Und das ist so ein Stück weit mal nach Zahlen. Bosch stellt auf Dreierkette um. Der Außenverteidiger gibt es nicht mehr. Und sie haben es 3-4 Mal da über die Seite versucht. Einmal klappt und dann hat Ronaldo die Qualität, um das zu verwandeln. So, Doppelpack im ersten Spiel gegen Nicosia, Doppelpack heute gegen Borussia Dortmund. Sechs Tore jetzt in 8 Spielen gegen den BVB. Cristiano Ronaldo. Und auch deshalb, wir hatten eingangs drüber geredet, darf man das mit dem Krisengerede, was einen aus Madrid rund um Real oder rund um Cristiano Ronaldo erreicht, nie so ernst nehmen. Gewinnt Real Madrid tatsächlich zum ersten Mal hier in Dortmund. Neun Minuten plus Nachspielzeit verbleiben. Späte Tore auch. 2 späte Tore können sie. Das ist Europacup historisch verbrieft. Das Spiel gegen Malaga steht im Vereinsmuseum. Watzke etwas derangiert im Blick. Aubameyang. Oh, Navas. Fünf Torschancen Ronaldo, 3 Isco, 2 Bale. Das ist zu viel. Sokrates. Castro. Yarmolenko. Eckball. Castro, nicht besonders. Tomaso kriegt ihn nicht und empfindet das fast als einen Akt der Majestätsbeleidigung. Ja, Carvajal kriegt die Kronjuwelen weggeschossen und Bale hat was. Na, was jetzt kommt. Er wankt vom Platz. Die Mediziner von Real empfangen ihn. Lukas Watkins, einer aus der eigenen Jugend. Einer, der sich hinter dem Dreigestirn Ronaldo, Bale und Benzema mit in Position gebracht hat. Es gibt noch einen ganz interessanten Mittelfeldspieler, den Real jetzt verpflichtet hat, Dani Ceballos im vergangenen Sommer. 16,5 Millionen aus Sevilla gekommen. Wochenende Doppeltorschütze gegen Alaves. Vielleicht kriegen wir ihn noch zu Gesicht. Abseits. Molenko. 4 Minuten plus Nachspielzeit. Sobrak. Casemiro bietet was an. Pilcek. Molenko. Weigel. Rein damit. Aubameyang schiebt ein bisschen. Kopfball von Pilcek. Oh ja, Stürmerlegenden von Real Madrid. Raúl und Emilio Butragueño. Butragueño jetzt in den letzten Wochen häufiger in Erscheinung getreten, weil er immer die Pressekonferenzen leitet mit denjenigen Spielern, die gerade ihren Vertrag verlängert haben. Das sieht dann so aus, dass Butragueño da sitzt und in ganz jovialer Manier erzählt, wie wichtig der jeweilige Spieler für den Club ist. Also quasi eine Lobeshymne abhält auf den Spieler, der artig daneben sitzt, sich dann bedankt und dann sind Fragen zugelassen. Aber auch nicht so viele. Asensio, Birki. Vázquez. Aubameyang gegen Ramos und gegen Varane. Keiner da. Doch einer da. Saúd und Nacho. Und Vázquez und Groß. Letzte Minute läuft. Modric. So meine Asensio. Normalerweise wird man... Roberto Carlos ist auch da. Das machen die Königlichen gerne. Wenn es auf europäische Fahrt geht, dann nimmt man die Altvordere nochmal mit. Wird nochmal wechseln und wir kriegen Dani Ceballos zu Gesicht. Spanischer U21-Nationalspieler. Bei der EM zum besten Spieler des Turniers gewählt worden. Aus Sevilla gekommen. Kommt für Modric. Ein grandioser Achter. Normalerweise würde man über einen 21-Jährigen sagen, Talent, großes Talent, also er ist über den Talentstatus schon hinaus. Und darf dann mal für Modric oder Kroos oder Casemiro. Am Wochenende in Alavés auch zum ersten Mal von Beginn an für die Königlichen aufgelaufen. Kroos und Ramos und nochmal Birki. Und letztlich kann Borussia Dortmund 3 Kreuze machen, dass es nicht noch höher ausgegangen ist. Das sind Fragen, die jetzt Peter Bosz beantworten muss. Ob sie zu naiv verteidigen oder ob es noch nicht reicht in dieser Konstellation für die europäischen Blaublüter. Oder sind es doch letztlich Kleinigkeiten? Möglicherweise eine Melange aus allen dreien. Aubameyang. Und Vázquez. Und Navas. Oder kommt man letztlich zu dem Schluss, sagen zu müssen, Real Madrid ist der Titelverteidiger. Und da kann man es dann vielleicht nicht so hoch und so risikoreich spielen. Bin sehr gespannt, was Borussia Dortmund für Schlüsse, was auch Peter Bosz für Schlüsse aus diesem Spiel zieht. Das jetzt in diesem Augenblick vorbei ist. Real Madrid gewinnt verdient in Dortmund mit 3:1. Zweimal Ronaldo, einmal Bale. Die Königlichen haben einmal mehr gezeigt, was sie für eine klasse Mannschaft haben, die nicht satt ist, trotz 2 Champions League Erfolge in Serie. Jetzt kommt noch ein Flitzer auf den Platz, der einfach Ronaldo mal anfassen möchte. Die Ordner sind da, alles beruhigt sich. Modric, Kroos, überragend. Ronaldo, Doppeltorschütze. Bale mit einem fantastischen Tor. Eine Szene, über die sicher im Nachgang diskutiert wird, ist die Handspielszene von Ramos, wo Didi Hamann sagte, für ihn kein Elfmeter, wo viele hier gesagt haben, es hätte Elfmeter geben müssen. Wir haben ja im Verlauf dieses Spiels schon drüber geredet. Es ist nicht so, dass der rote Teppich für Borussia Dortmund ausgerollt wurde. Fehlentscheidung gegen Tottenham. Es sind letztlich Kleinigkeiten und die nutzen die Königlichen gnadenlos aus. Sie waren nicht weit weg, aber in den entscheidenden Momenten eben doch. Auch nach dem 0:2, als man das Gefühl hatte, jetzt könnten sie aus der Kurve fliegen, durch Aubameyang nochmal zurückgekommen. Und Zeit war da noch, 54. Minute. Taktisch umgestellt, hinten auf Dreierkette, doch mehr Risiko gegangen mit zunehmender Spieldauer. Und dann letztlich den finalen Punch durch Cristiano Ronaldo in der 79. kassiert. Wie viel defensives Risiko verträgt die Spielweise von Borussia Dortmund? Das war die Ausgangsfrage zu Beginn dieses Spiels. Sie bleibt weiterhin unbeantwortet. Wir warten auf Interviewpartner. Dortmunder gehen erstmal vor die Südtribüne, um sich für die Unterstützung zu bedanken. Real Madrid gewinnt zum ersten Mal in seiner Vereinshistorie in Dortmund. Und Borussia wird sich schwer tun, den direkten Vergleich zu gewinnen mit Real Madrid. 6. Spieltag müssen sie ins Estadio Santiago Bernabéu. Jetzt geht es erstmal darum, gegen Nicosia am 17.10. und am 1.11. die Hausaufgaben zu machen in dieser Gruppe. Und dann geht es gegen Tottenham hier und dann ins Bernabéu und in den letzten beiden Partien dann final darum, ob es reicht in diesem Jahr fürs Achtelfinale oder eben nicht. Es ist ein Prozess, das sagt Peter Bosz immer wieder. Es wird gewisse Zeit brauchen. In der Tat, genau so ist es. Wir haben den ersten Interviewgast. Gonzalo Castro ist bei Eckihäuser.
Ja, bin gespannt, wo er die Defizite des heutigen Spiels sieht. Welche Gründe sehen Sie für die 1:3 Niederlage, die deutlich war?
Es war, man sieht einfach, dass mit Real Madrid abgezockt sind. Die hatten, die Chance, die sie hatten, haben sie dann genutzt. Wir hatten in der zweiten Halbzeit, kamen wir gut zurück, wir haben eine Riesenchance zum 1:1, glaube ich, und dann machen wir es im Gegenzug fast, kassieren wir dann das 2:0. Natürlich dann wird es schwer gegen Real dann was aufzuholen, aber im Endeffekt, wir haben es versucht, wir haben alles gegeben, wir haben ein paar große Lücken gelassen zwar im Laufe des Spiels, aber ich denke, wir hatten die Chancen da gehabt, um nochmal ranzukommen, aber es sollte nicht sein heute.
Was meinen Sie genau mit Lücken? Zu weit weg vom Gegner in vielen Fällen oder einigen wichtigen Fällen?
Nein, also wir haben Real es einfach gut gemacht mit Bale und Benzema, die wissen ganz genau, welche Lücke die starten müssen, und wenn wir im Mittelfeld oder vorne im Sturm einen Tick zu weit vom Gegenspieler sind, mit der Qualität, die sie haben, spielen die Bälle hinten rein und dann wird es halt immer gefährlich, dann wird es auch immer laufintensiver für uns, und deswegen, das war so ein Punkt, wo wir uns noch verbessern müssen, aber dafür sind wir da, um aus den Spielen zu lernen.
Ich hatte den Eindruck, durch das 1:2 durch Ober kam so ein kleiner Schwung rein ins Spiel, mehr Selbstbewusstsein, durch den Doppelwechsel nochmal, weil das ja auf Offensive und Risiko setzt. Das verpuffte dann. Ist diese Taktik ja im Sinne der Mannschaft oder dann doch zu risikoreich?
Nein, das ist die Spieler vom Trainer und die unterstützen wir. Wir haben jetzt in der Bundesliga, hat uns jeder gelobt dafür, dass wir so spielen. Jetzt verlieren wir ein Spiel gegen Real Madrid. Das ist kein Gegner, wo die sich irgendwie verstecken sollen, und deswegen, wir bleiben bei unserer Spielidee, wir versuchen es immer besser zu machen und werden aus den Spielen, wo es vielleicht nicht so gut klappt oder wo wir einen Schritt so weit weg vom Gegner sind, dann noch besser zu machen.
Vielen Dank.
Danke auch.
Und wir machen live weiter hier auf dem Sender mit Nuri Sahin, der sich freundlicherweise ebenfalls stellt in einer Situation, die nicht einfach ist. Man hat sich viel vorgenommen in der Liga, national läuft wunderbar, international noch gar nichts. Wo sehen Sie die Gründe?
Wir haben heute gegen Real Madrid gespielt und da brauchst du einfach, wie ich schon gesagt habe, einen Sahnetag, und den haben wir.
Weg vom Gegner sind, dann noch besser zu machen.
Vielen Dank.
Danke auch.
Und wir machen live weiter hier auf dem Sender mit Nuri Sahin, der sich freundlicherweise ebenfalls stellt in einer Situation, die nicht einfach ist. Man hat sich viel vorgenommen in der Liga, national läuft wunderbar, international noch gar nichts. Wo sehen Sie die Gründe?
Wir haben heute gegen Real Madrid gespielt und da brauchst du einfach, wie ich schon gesagt habe, einen Sahnetag, und den hatten wir leider nicht. Hatten auch kein Spielglück, und da muss man auch anerkennen, dass Real Madrid das gut macht und auch verdient gewonnen hat.
In welchen Szenen aus Ihrer Sicht kein Spielglück? Meinen Sie auch das Handspiel?
Ja, natürlich. Also klar, Handspiel. Ich glaube, kurz nach der Halbzeit die Chance von Jamo, ja, das sind so Schlüsselmomente, wenn du die vielleicht für dich entscheidest, dass du dann hier vielleicht ja, auch mit einem anderen Ergebnis rausgehen kannst. Trotzdem muss man sagen, dass Real Madrid das gut gemacht hat.
Was muss man sich selbst vorwerfen, auch wenn der Gegner natürlich groß und stark war, aber wo setzt man in den eigenen Reihen an, auch gerade was die Defensive vielleicht angeht?
Ja, und auch auf dem Niveau unser System durchzuziehen, auf dem Niveau auch versuchen ins Pressing zu kommen und auch hoch zu stehen. Und ja, das war gegen den Top-Favoriten war es heute nicht einfach und die haben das auch gut gemacht. Die haben gute Fußballer in ihren Reihen. Haben dann mit Isco natürlich einen vierten Mittelfeldspieler noch gehabt, der sich auch immer wieder ins Zentrum ja, gelegt hat sozusagen. Und dann ist es nicht einfach, aber das ist die Entwicklung, die wir weitermachen müssen. Und heute hat es leider nicht geklappt und es gibt keinen Grund, jetzt irgendwie Köpfe in den Sand zu stecken. Wir müssen einfach weitermachen.
Und auch nicht die Taktik zu hinterfragen?
Nein, warum? Also wenn wir nach der Halbzeit das Tor machen, dann steht es 1-1. Wenn wir den Elfmeter bekommen, steht es, glaube ich, sogar, wenn wir den reinmachen, 1-0 für uns. Ja, dann, wie ich schon gesagt habe, man braucht auf dem Niveau einfach auch Spielglück und das hatten wir heute nicht.
Vielen Dank.
Danke auch, ja.
Ja, also schonungslos, offen, Nuri Schein. Es ist nicht an der Zeit, das System zu hinterfragen. Es ist möglicherweise noch anpassungsfähig oder nach den Erkenntnissen von heute ganz sicher anpassungsfähig für dieses Niveau. Real Madrid ist der Titelverteidiger und er ist als solcher hier aufgetreten. Und Borussia Dortmund wird sich sehr schwer tun, diese Gruppe tatsächlich zu überstehen. Es wird wahrscheinlich darauf ankommen, das direkte Duell mit den Tottenham Hotspur am vorletzten Spieltag dann für sich zu entscheiden. Auch da steht ein 1:3 aus dem Hinspiel in Wembley. So, das sind die Erkenntnisse des heutigen Abends. Wir werden das hier weiter verfolgen, weiter für Sie auf Stimme.
It's going to be one of Tottenham or Dortmund going through, and of course Dortmund losing at Wembley Stadium a couple of weeks ago. What a great position to be in a must-win game against the likes of Real Madrid. How did they do that today?
That man knows it all too well. I'll be very curious to see what kind of defensive posture he takes, because I don't think that is in his nature. I think one of the things about this fixture, as you said, we did all of us circled it, and that disappointing loss to Tottenham has put a damper on their campaign this year. Would have made it 2-2. So there's that component of it where they're disappointed with the performance, but they did give themselves a good account.
Well, they reduced the capacity. It's an all-seated crowd of about 65,000 welcoming out Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid right now.
Zu viele Optionen? Bla bla. Setz auf den Gewinner. Setz auf dich. Mit Betty, deinem mobilen Wettanbieter. Jetzt registrieren und 100 € Neukundenbonus kassieren. Auf betty.com.
Why do we love football?